Starting in the stable today because I had to look after my horses this week. And I didn't really have a lot of time because of school stuff. I haven't been able to have a lot of time to go out riding too much. But after hearing about what's been happening out in the world, I wanted to keep an eye on my horses, and all of them seem to be okay, which is good. Um, at least at least for now. But everybody still has good energy at the very least. Nobody seems different, so um, at least that's good. But I know that that part of the title today is going to be a little bit serious. It's because of what's been going on in the world, and I promise I am going to talk about it. Um, Firstly, though, we're going to be talking about what we're going to be doing today, of course. Um, and we're going to be starting off as usual. I'm going to send alerts out, and after that, I'm going to just do our little warm up while we're waiting for everybody to get in. And once we're done with that, I'm going to be able to uh, go through our content today. And once we're done with the content, I promise I'm going to be talking about what is in the title. I swear I am. Just not right away. It's going to be something that we're going to be talking about for the rest of the session because I know that the content today is not going to be a whole lot, but it's still something that needs to be talked about. So knowing that the content isn't going to be taking the entire video or the entire stream rather, um, we're going to be doing our normal stuff first, and then we're still going to be doing our random stuff after. But we're going to be actually talking about something. So just give me a few minutes to send out alerts, and then we are going to get going. Okay. Alright, I think that's everyone. Okay, cool. For this. Okay. So, while we wait for everybody to in, we are gonna head over to Druid Paddock to keep up with our daily training with the Soul Riders. So, Pearl Velvet, are you ready? Here we go. Alright. One, we will see you later. Enjoy your food and water. Okay. Off we go. Alright, here we are. And what are you doing? Let's do it. I just noticed that whatever reputation points I was getting for this, I'm not getting them anymore. So, I think the reputation might be max for whatever story comes after this one. Wonderful. Now, I don't want to run. Good girl. Oh, I am still getting reputation points. It didn't say that I was gonna get reputation points. Oh well. Whatever. My reputation is definitely still building. Okay. Lisa. Does it happen every time I hit control as well? Oh, control is crouch. Oh, that's why. Because every time I hit control for sitting trot, after I get off the horse, I'm walking. Because it thinks I hit it to crouch. Whoops. Please no scarecrows. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yay! No scarecrows! Running right through the flames. Don't worry, we're not burned. We're still kicking. Awesome. All right, that's all done. Alrighty, cool. And we're not going to worry too much about the jousting today because I already went ahead and did that. Now that the whole medieval craze is over, I'm going to be doing the jousting off camera so that you guys don't have to worry about us galloping all the way to the Forgotten Fields before we do anything else. Okay, so content. What we're going to be doing today, first we're going to be reading through our day for today, and also the roadmap was posted for October. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Gallopers Keep is going to be coming back, or some kind of Halloween event. If it's not Gallopers Keep, um, then we're gonna hope that it is something just as good, and hope that it's not a huge repeat of the whole Rainbow Razzle thing. But before we get into that, of course, we have our update today, which is called Back with the Bazaar. So looks like we have something else to do today after we head to Starshine Ranch. Because the Horses of Jorvik race is back at Starshine Ranch. It says Guillemur Gadia has returned with his Western-themed Horses of Jorvik race to Starshine Ranch. Find him outside the gate to the arena to begin and go race around the ranch with your trusty steed. To partake in the race, you must ride a Mustang or Appaloosa of any generation or a Tennessee walking horse. Uh, Tennessee walking horse from Generation 3. Any magical variations of these breeds are also welcome. So for magical breeds, that would include Sedna, Proteus, Prisma, and Alvira. I'm always trying to. I always forget about what the witch horses are called. Alvira. And it's because of this race that I'm actually riding Pearl Velvet today. So we're going to be able to participate with riding her. And then after this, it says the bazaar is back. Want to bring home a new four-legged friend or a for a discounted price? The bazaar is back in Moreland and is now offering these four breeds for sale. The Trackhenner, which I know I'm still pronouncing wrong, please somebody correct me. The Gen 3 Halflinger, the Gen 3 Mustang, represent, and the Gen 3 Arabian. They are only discounted at the bazaar with the exception of one Arabian and one Mustang that are available at Moreland Stables at the discounted price. Okay, all right, that makes sense. So the reason that that's the case is that for every breed, it used to be at Fort Pinta, but they changed that up for some reason. Um, and now the ponies are there. I'm gonna have to look at the boat to see if they're still on the pony barge, because the pony barge is definitely still there, but I don't know about the ponies. But um, they moved. So what used to be the starting area is where Justin Moreland stands, um, and that used to be where you started the game before the riding camp. But now that it's no longer the starting area, it's where you buy um, there's one variation of the horses that's going to be available at player level 1 as long as you have the star coins to get it. And it's one of each breed pretty much, which is pretty nice because then you have access to at least one of the horses that you're going to be looking for. But it sounds like that one coat variation of the Arabian and the Mustang are going to be, hi, I see your hello in the chat, are not going to be at the bazaar, but since the bazaar is in Moreland, they are going to be keeping those coat variations um, at Moreland Stables where you can go get them, and that coat variation is going to be discounted. So I guess we're going to go over there first so that we can see um, what coat variation is going to be left out, and then we're going to go to the bazaar. The bazaar leaves again during next week's update on October 9th, so if this is your first time hearing about it and you want to get a horse, please be quick. But don't worry, we're going to be taking a look at it anyway. And then the next part of the update is called Autumn Leaves Set. Mix and match with this new set for horse and rider, inspired by the colorful autumn leaves blowing in the wind. The horse tack is also decorated with small leaf buttons throughout. Are you going for a cozy knitted sweater or a stylish leather jacket? The choice is yours. You'll find the items in the global store. Ooh, look at these colors for the saddle pads. I've never seen saddle pads with a gradients before. This actually looks really, really nice. And then for the clothes, let's see. Oh, it's the same for the sweaters. This is really cool. Look at the hats. These are cool. All right. Well, I guess if you guys wanted to get yourself a new autumn look, this is definitely the place to do it. Look at this. I love this one. I love this sweater. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. The saddle pad. Oh my god. All right. That that really caught me off guard. I did not expect it to look like this. What is it made of? Oh, it's knitted. Oh, they really made a knitted saddle pad look metallic, like a metallic reflection. That's really cool. Okay, I love it. All right, and then coming next week, it's time for the spookiest event of them all. I really hope that means what I hope it means. But I guess there's one way to find out because now we're going to move on to the roadmap. So before we do, like I said, before we're going to do anything, since the roadmap is uploaded, is posted, I'm going to be looking through that right now so that we know what our plan is going to be for the coming weeks in October. First, what are you hesitating? There's nothing around here. Look around. You're going to be fine. It's been a while since she's been up here, so she might not be familiar with the fireflies going around or the creepy scarecrows that Alex has stashed somewhere. Um, okay, so it does look like Gallagher's Keep is going to be coming back. At least from what I can see. But our first update is for the roadmap is October 9th, called "It's Alive." It's the top. It's the time for the first week of our Halloween festival. And festival still looks the same to me. In addition to our classic activities, Igor has found his way to the haunted trail ride and wants your help bringing some scraps to life. That's new. We're also bringing the spooky vibes to your home stable with Halloween themed customization options. And the Jorvik Championship ranks have returned with Halloween styled ribbons. If you guys remember, we accidentally looked at that because they when they tweaked the ribbons, they accidentally left it in. So we were able to take a peek at that early because I accidentally hit like check your championship points. Because that button is still there. Um, but but next week we're going to be taking a look at that a little bit more in depth. Next is called Halloween Horses, October 16th. Say hello to Volt and Calliope as they break free from their inanimate forms and spring to life. In addition to the horses, the spirit. In addition to the horses, the spirit of Galloper Thompson joins in the Galloper's Gambit. Awesome. The Galloper's Gambit has always been something really fun that's happened every Halloween. So we're definitely going to be going through that. Um, Always gives me the chills. Always. Okay. Oh, this is new. October 23rd, werewolf sightings. Ooh. Jorvik's #1 cryptid hunter, Scott Buttergood, is back, and this time we're looking for, dare we even say it, werewolves? Trick or Treat and the Witch's Gambit return, and you'll also find a vintage shop with Halloween items released before 2021. That's gonna be fun. And then, last but not least, October 30th, last spooky week. It's the final week of celebrations, so make sure you wrap up your Jorvik ranks and your Halloween dailies. The register needs help collecting the escaped ghosts again, and the keep will also welcome new horse coat variations for the last week of Halloween before they move to Jorvik permanently. Okay, so some brand new surprises. That's going to be fun. All right, so we do have a return of the Halloween event with something new. That's what I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to this Halloween, guys. But I guess for the time being, we're gonna head to Starshed Ranch and take a look at the race there. So we're gonna start heading that way. Um, and I did upgrade the fireflies as well. I'm like slowly making progress with the druid quests and the jousting. And like I said, we're not gonna bother with the jousting this time, because the whole like craze about the whole medieval stuff is over. Of course, people still love it, but we're not gonna worry about it anymore. I'm gonna try and make progress on. I'm gonna try and make progress off camera. I did run into an issue today with the jousting where I went through a checkpoint like 3 times, and it didn't register that I went through it, so I automatically lost. And just because I ran out of time, which I really don't understand how that happened, but it might just be a glitch. So my progress on the lance is still gonna be pretty slow, but I'm still, of course, gonna let you guys know how far I'm making that, and if I get the lance off camera, it's gonna be a big surprise for you guys. But at least for today, we're not gonna worry about it. I already did it, so we don't have to worry about it today. We can just enjoy looking at the race and looking at some new, well, the discount is tough at the bazaar. Oh, come on, it's always this bridge. Keep going. um, and then after we look at the bazaar, we're going to be continuing our usual random shenanigans. But at the same time as our random stuff, I said it before, but now some people have come in, so I'm going to catch you up. There is something new in the title. I'm going to be starting to talk about some new things that are going on in the world when it comes to horses. Um, just for us to stay updated, especially since horses are pretty much our community here. So I want to make sure that we have all the good and bad updates that are going on in the horse world. And unfortunately, today's topic is going to be pretty serious. So we're gonna try and stay lighthearted as possible, at least during the all like the new stuff that we're looking at here inside the game. And then after this, while we're waiting for champs and stuff, we're gonna be talking about this topic. But it is gonna be pretty harsh, guys. Um, so brace yourself, because it might be a little bit sad. But until then, we have some happy stuff to worry about, and we're coming up in here. As you can see, I helped some animals get back over here. There was a donkey on one side of the road, and then there was a sheep on the other side of the road. It's like, you guys are so close. Okay, here we go. There's Guillermo. What's up? It's been a while since I've seen you. Howdy. As you can see, this guy doesn't really look much like a cowboy. It's because the Western races are only every once in a while, but horses of Jorvik are pretty much everywhere. Name's Guillermo Gadia, and I'm one of the founders of the HOJ Focus Races. HOJ is short for Horses of Jorvik. If you didn't know, it's a small organization started a while back in honor of our beautiful horses here on Jorvik. My pals and I host these focus races for specific horse breeds or breeds with similar attributes. We think it's a perfect way for people to meet and bond with their love for their horses. I I think it's better as a way for people to kind of expand their interests in what horses they ride. Because if they already have their heart horse, and it's not one of the breeds here, then that doesn't really count. Because then they won't be able to ride in it. This time we've set up for a wild ride through the nature here around Starshine Ranch. To try the race, you must run with a Mustang, represent, an Appaloosa, or a Tennessee walking horse. If you want to enter the competition, just come and talk to me or grab a friend and start a race by signing up on the notice board here beside me. Okay, talk to him. Hope to see you race soon. Well, lucky for you. Well, just by nodding my head yes at understanding what he said, I got $20. Why can't making money be that easy? Okay, start him again. You can enter the race with a Mustang, Appaloosa, or Tennessee walking horse. Ready? Let's go. Wow, 500 XP! Wow! Okay, I wonder if this is, because you can see on the radar here, like, there are some purple exclamation points. I know I've gone over this at some point before, I can't remember when, but the races with purple exclamation points instead of blue are the ones that you can repeat throughout the day. So, if this is a repeated one, you can always come in with other breeds that you have and also give them the points and train them up. That's pretty cool. Alright, but we'll only know after we're done, so let's get going. I'm not used to going as fast in the arena, so bear with me. There we go. Oh, we're outside. Whoa! Those rocks are wide. Okay, I don't think I was supposed to jump that close to the post. Ooh. That was a weird angle, too. I'll have to jump over on the hill. Oh boy. Ugh, we made it! Oh. Wait. I thought we were barrel racing. This is why I don't go fast galloping. The turns are too wide. That was pretty cool! I know he's had that race before, but it's pretty cool because Horses of Yorvik doesn't come around as often as it used to. So it's kind of fun getting to do these rare races, you know what I mean? Sorry, I just wanted to pick up a bottle. That was really fun. That got my heart pounding a little bit. That was thrilling. It was awesome to see your horses. It was awesome seeing your horse in action. Feel free to come back here whenever you'd like, but remember this race won't stay here. Oh no, okay, it's only a daily one. So you can only do this once a day. That's sad. It should be the purple exclamation, not the blue. Alright, we're not gonna worry about this anymore today because we've already done it once. I want to go look at the bazaar. Because, you know, it's kind of redundant to see it twice. So let's, the bazaar's not too far, but we are going to pass it first so that we can go see the extra coat variations. Arabian and Mustang, I believe it said, right? So we're going to head straight past it first, check out the other coat variations that aren't going to be in it, and then we're going to head back into the bazaar and look at the other ones. So I hope you guys are having a great week. October has started off very, very strongly. I know my schedule this month is going to be a little bit packed, but that's alright. I'm still gonna be able to make time for this and some other fun stuff. Um, Not 100% sure if I'm gonna be able to make time for birthdays. I haven't been able to this week, but at the very least, I'm gonna be able to pop on for a few minutes to at least take care of the horses. Um, but other than that, I hope you guys are doing great. I want to know how your October is starting out so far. Have you been busy? Have you been free? Have you been decorating for Halloween? What have you guys been doing? Tell me all about it. I keep forgetting the NPC comes all the way down here. That NPC has such a wide riding range and has such a long path that I kind of forget where they go sometimes. Alright, the bazaar is right past that house on the hub where we've seen it before. I do like that the bazaar has been popping up a lot more lately, but I am kind of disappointed that it's only been horses. Because it used to be tack and clothes clothes as well. It's how I've actually been looking for inspiration for tack styles for the horses as well. Let's see, what did you say? Just been focusing on college and work for the most part. That's alright. I feel like since this is, since, you know, this is only the first couple of months of school's just started, I feel like everybody's gonna be kind of busy around this time of year. Alright, here we are. So, I don't see them right away. Well, I see the Arabian, so let's look at that one. So this is the Arabian. You can see the discount prices here. And of course I'm not going to purchase them by it because I already have two horses of this breed that I of course love. But this is the Black Arabian. This is absolutely gorgeous. Loving how this looks. And then let's browse the breed, see if we can find the Mustang. Here it is. So this is the one that looks like Spirit. If you don't know who Spirit is, there's actually a whole movie on the horse. But if you do know who Spirit is from either the 2002 movie or from the Netflix spinoffs, fun fact, Spirit is actually a real horse. And the stories of Spirit, at least the original movie, was based off of true events. So, at least I think they were based on true events. But this is the coat variation that's also on discount. So now that we've seen those, let's head back up to the bazaar. One of my favorite things about the bazaar is that when you're kind of close enough in range, you can see those calling lights over there. That kind of almost make it look like a carnival. Alright, we're gonna stop right here for just a moment. Out of the way. Okay, here we go. So this is where the rest of the breeds are. So over here is the Arabian. This one might look familiar right here because it's the coat variation that I have for Royal Water. So let's look at the other ones. This one's a light gray. Love it. Oh, the other coat variations are up here. There's the black. I guess we didn't need to do that. Am I crazy? It did say that it was not going to be in the bazaar and is going to be in Moreland Stables. I guess I've maybe I misinterpreted it, but anyway, here's the bay. Whoops. Palomino. The dapple gray, the one we just looked at. There's the brown. Or the liver chestnut, I believe it's called. I forgot what this coat was called. But I love these side stripes here. Look at that. I love how that looks. Got a flea bitten. Is this the black again? Wait, why is the black on here twice? It's because one has a marking and one doesn't? Hold on. This one has a star marking. This one also has a star marking. Maybe just smaller. I'm confused. Okay, anyway. Oh well. I'm still confused, but oh well. Okay. So this is the, I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. Trackheader. I know for a fact I'm pronouncing it wrong. But we're gonna roll with it. Gray. Hold on, let me just make sure that I'm correct about the coats are called. Yep. So this is the bay. This one also might look familiar because this one is a meteor flower, if you guys remember her. This is the black pinto. Dapple gray. Chestnut. Black. Seal brown. Bay pinto. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Alright, and here's the Mustang. So this is the one that Pearl Velvet is. What's interesting is that when Pearl Velvet was Gen 2, I actually got her from the Star Stable Horses app, which is separate from the game, but it is connected. And she actually used to be entirely entirely light gray, but when she moved up to Gen 3, she grew spots. And this one, by the way, is also called a black leopard. And this one, this is the bay. I know it doesn't look bay, but it's a very light bay. Black. Wild Bay Pinto. This one was also based off of a real horse named Picasso. This one is called Rulo Pinto. I think this one was also based off of a real horse. I think her name was Sugar. This is a Bay Roan. Palomino. Buckskin. This one is of course a duplicate of the Bay because I don't know why they're doing that. And Silver Bay Pinto. Alright. And then the Halflinger, funnily enough, actually all comes in very, very, very similar coat colors. Which is pretty interesting. There's no like grays, there's no blacks. It's actually all just either chestnut or palomino. Like this one, for example, this one is just called flaxen chestnut. I also have a list right next to me just so I'm not wrong, specifically with these ones because of how similar because of how similar everything is. This is the Dapple Flexnut I can't speak. Dapple Flaxen Chestnut Kangaroo. Of course, the set that I'm using, of course, crashes. This one is just flaxen chestnut kind of kangaroo. This is Witch Darling's code variation. This is the honey flaxen chestnut kangaroo. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize. Because I've only ever seen it written. This one is called liver flaxen chestnut. And this one is liver flaxen chestnut kangaroo. This one is gold flaxen chestnut kangaroo. I almost didn't see it on the list because I didn't realize it was in the base game. This one's actually the variation that you can find in Star Stable horses. Alright, so that's all the horses that you can find here. Very, very, very nice. So it is gonna end on Wednesday. So if you guys play and you want to get yourself one of these horses, they're gonna go fast. um, but you will be able to come and get them at least until October 9th, and then once that happens, this entire area is still not going to be empty, but it's not going to be like cheerful. No balloons, no people talking, no horses for sale, not out here anyway. This place is gonna be spooky. So I'm gonna dress up for Halloween, but I don't know what I want to be. So if you guys have suggestions, please let me know. Okay, so I know that we have a championship to get to. Which one is it? Furgrove? Had a feeling. All right. So while we're on our way to Furgrove, it's time to get serious. And I hate. Let me just grab these as well. I hate talking about like actual serious stuff here. I try to keep it as happy and lighthearted as possible. Maybe not 100% happy, but I try to keep it as lighthearted as possible um, as we journey around Jorvik together. But unfortunately, things are happening out there that need to be talked about because there's an epidemic that's going around between horses. Um, and and the it's called EIA. The initials are EIA. But it actually stands for equine infectious anemia. It is a virus that I don't exactly know when it started because I haven't been able to do a ton of research. I was able to research a little bit this morning and like right before we started streaming. So we're kind of going to be learning a little bit more together. But at least while we're galloping, I can tell you what I already know. The reason I found out about this is because of a news update that came from Texas that there have been four separate cases in Texas of EIA in horses. Um, and I I hate to say this, I really do. Think of EIA as COVID, but instead of people, it's horses, and it can't affect people, which is good. Um, but not really as good for the horses because I don't 100% know if it's recent. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on when it started, but as of right now, there's no cure for it. And all of the horses uh, that have tested positive for the disease, or other horses are that either are or carriers of the disease, even if they aren't affected by it, they could still carry it. Um, all very similar to COVID as well, where it's spread through like bodily fluids and being in contact with stuff like that with the infected horse. Um, and again, it doesn't affect people. I don't 100% know if people could carry it, but it doesn't infect people. It doesn't affect people either. Um, but it can spread between horses. And from what I was able to research, um, the little bit that I was able to research before I got on here, I did see that it wasn't just in America. It was also in some parts of Europe, the Middle East, even Russia, I believe. Um, but um, but at least, oh no, why? Network error. I don't know what happened. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna make sure that I come back in. Hang tight. This does happen every once in a while. It has happened on my streams before, and I do apologize. Don't worry, we'll be coming back in quick. But but yeah, that's what I was able to see was it just came up yesterday. If you're watching this after it's posted in the future, it the update came out in on October 4th, 2024, of the cases in Texas. And again, there have been 14 in the state of Texas. Um, and it's been serious, to the point where even horses that haven't been 100% confirmed to have had the disease yet, um, but have been suspected of either having or even just carrying the disease, have been put down. So it is serious enough to where they have to take precautions like that because there is no way to cure them as of right now. But from I was able to get a little bit more detail that we can read together on this. Um, that the equine infectious anemia is is even sometimes fatal virus um, that affects equids, including horses, ponies, zebras, mules, and even donkeys. There's no treatment, and EIA can be difficult to recognize and may be confused with other diseases. It's because that the symptoms could either be very minor to the point where it might have just happened before, like horses can have common colds before or can sometimes have fever. It happens. Um, but at the same time, now that this virus is out, it could definitely mean something more serious at this point. Um, well, there you go. I'm gonna brag about your progress, but after we discuss this, um, and the symptoms can be the symptoms have a huge range, from mild to severe, and they can appear within a few weeks of the infection. However, it may take 60 days or 2 months for the horse to test positive for EIA. So you really, really, really need to be careful with this. As of treating it, there is no treatment, and there isn't. And even if you, I guess, if you treat the symptoms, the disease is still going to be there. Um, so let's see what more it says. Um, It is found in nearly all countries worldwide, including the US. It is a reportable animal disease in all states. It is not a threat to human health, which is good for us, but not the horses, of course. It says infected animals that survive the disease become virus carriers and can infect other equids for life. They must either be euthanized or permanently isolated from other equids to prevent transmission. And this is what I meant by it getting super serious, not just the virus itself. We are talking about serious cases where the horses um, do have to be put down. So, um, so I apologize if this is a really hard topic to talk about for anybody. You don't have to stay here for this. But I believe that it is something that we do need to talk about because I it's been out there. Clearly, it's still going on. If 14 cases have come up around the same time in Texas, it's definitely growing severe, and hopefully, a treatment can be found soon or can be created soon. Um, in the meantime, I think awareness is key because we do have to keep in mind what we have to look out for. Um, and I really, really do feel bad for people that do have to lose their horses to this, one way or another. But it unfortunately has to be um, has to be understood enough for us to be able to see if we're going to be able to stop it. It also says carriers may also experience clinical flare ups, often following stress or strenuous work. So, I guess when it comes to to symptoms, it looks like even if they don't die from it, they are still going to be affected by it, um, with any stress or serious work. Um, like if you had like a really tough ride, they might start experiencing symptoms again. It's not really easy to go through. And uh, there are symptoms for it that make it easier to know if your horse could have it or not. But uh, there is also um, there is also a chance that your horse may not show any symptoms at all. Just like it depended on the person for COVID, it depends on the horse for EIA. So definitely keep an eye out on your horses, especially with this spreading so much. Um, there is a possibility that the horse could just either from feeling sick for a little bit or just out of nowhere just dropping dead. It has happened, and it is a sign that they have had it. Um, and that could be a sign that if you have other horses, they have to be tested as well. Which is definitely unfortunate, but it is definitely a warning sign as well. Other fevers, um, other symptoms include fever, decreased appetite, severe anemia, um, jaundice, which is yellow discoloration in mucous membranes, um, rapid breathing and rapid heart rate, swollen limbs, bleeding from the nose, or red or purple spots on the mucous membranes, or I know this is going to be a little TMI, blood in feces. Um, and these are definitely pretty serious things to look out for. They're even serious even without the disease, but now it's made like 10 times worse. Um, and and a, there was another way that it could be transferred around. Even if horses don't exactly come in contact with each other, um, unfortunately, it can be carried around by horse flies because horse flies are pretty much like mosquitoes, um, where they can bite the horse and eat their blood and then move on to the next one. Um, and that is a very easy way to transfer it because horses don't really have a lot that they can do to prevent these bites. And especially if a horse fly is moving from horse to horse and we don't see it, it's kind of just going to come up out of nowhere. Um, Says historically this has been primarily a primary way EIA has spread. Animals can also get the virus from unclean or reused needles and syringes, blood transfusions, and contaminated instruments such as IV sets, dental instruments, and tattoo equipment. Um, this type of human facilitation transmission is now the most common way EIA spreads in the United States, particularly among current or former quarter horse racehorses, many with ties to unsanitized and unsanctioned bush tack racing. That's another thing. The news update for the the news update that initially brought my attention to this specifically said that those 14 cases in Texas were American horses. It's not to say that those are the only horses that can be infected, but it has spread to those horses specifically because of the type of care that those horses are getting. And it's not to say that they weren't properly taken care of beforehand, but now there is a way that proves that there needs to be something better out there. Um, let's finish the race and then we'll continue talking about it. Even the sheep are upset about this. Oh. Well done. Alright, give me a minute and I'll kind of get my first random task going so that we know what we're gonna be doing. Hmm. Okay. So, I guess while I'm galloping from place to place, I want, since I'm not going to be able to read what's right next to me, I want this to be um, your chance to talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear if you have any experiences. Um, I'll be poking over at the chat to see what you guys are saying. But I do want everybody to be involved in the conversation as much as possible. If you have any thoughts, if you have any ideas, um, things that could work, things that should also be looked out for that I have not mentioned, um, please feel free to talk about it. This is now your turn to have a part in the conversation, so everyone is included. And then I'll be able to keep reading my stuff on my end while we're waiting for championships. my god. I forgot that you would show up here. Get out of here. It's like a bug zapper. Rematch here. There. I still have the bridle on. Why do I have the bridle on? I'm always nervous whenever I do this race. Because there is a way to glitch this race into riding this horse afterwards. Which I don't know why people do. Well, I guess I do, but it's still really, really unfair. I guess I did that in exactly the wrong spot. There we go. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Awesome. That was cool. I was kicked out during that race, and it was like, I know this is gonna seem like it's gonna put me under hot water, but I swear to you, I was doing that race casually, and it kicked me out and said suspected of cheating. I logged right back in, and nothing happened. And I'm absolutely certain that when that happens, it sends an alert to the team. And the alert happened like a year ago at this point. And I still have everything. I still have all my horses in my account and everything. And I do know for a fact there is a way to glitch the game into getting that horse and a magical like fish Connemara that is not supposed to be available. It is in the files, but it's like the first time I found out about it was when somebody else was riding it. I was so angry that like the horse looked really cool, but the person's not supposed to have it. You know what I mean? It makes me angry when people glitch out the game to have this fantastic horse that you're not supposed to have. Like, make it fair. Like, you're not supposed to do it. Come on. Anyway, rant over. Off to Silverglade. Oh, well, I guess I can't just, like, go straight in there without starting the race, can I? There we Stable should not be empty, is it? Okay, yeah, it just wasn't close enough. Where did the halflingers go? I guess the halflingers were moved someplace else because they used to be right here with the Bergerons. Interesting. Well, it's getting close to the next camp alert, so let's take a look. What's that gonna be? Jorvik Stables. Alright. Might as well just head there. And then once we get there, while we're waiting for the timer, we can, I'll keep, reading about the EIA. Going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way! I was about to ask if there is, like, as a sarcastic question, because I know that that's not going to come up for a while, but is there going to be a way for us to get rid of the Chaos Vortex? And then I was thinking, oh yeah, it's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's probably fitting to have it during Halloween, to be honest. Like this vortex in the sky is a constant reminder of it being like, hey, this is your daily reminder to be scared. The world might end. Okay. So now that we're sitting here, I still want you guys to be as active as you want to in the chat. Um, but back to what we were saying before about EIA. Here's the thing: there are ways to try and prevent the spread of the disease between horses. Um, and as the last thing that I was reading was what could cause the spread of the disease, which has been the causes, at least as of late, in the states, which have been bugs like horse flies, um, and uh, actions with your horses, such as reusing needles and syringes that have not either reusing them or just using ones that are not clean, blood transfusions, and contaminated instruments, such as IV sets, dental instruments, and tattoo equipment, which I'm surprised people tattoo their horses, but that's just my opinion. It says that this human type of facilitated treatment is now the most common way EIA spreads in the United States, particularly among current or former quarter horse racehorses, many with ties to unsanctioned brush tack racing. Um, which, as I was saying before we had to do the race, um, the 14 cases that uh, in the news story that brought my attention to EIA in the first place, all 14 cases in Texas were quarter horses. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna turn on the light. It's just getting dark in here. I guess it makes sense. Um, but now there are ways to be able to prevent the spread of the disease. Um, there's control fighting flies on your property to reduce your animal's exposure. There are ways to um, to repel bugs like that, or like bug zappers to be able to kill them. Um, Never reuse needles, syringes, or IV sets. I think that should be a standard for even before EIA, because reusing needles like that and syringes and IV sets is already kind of dangerous um, because it's contamination that you're putting directly into the horse's body. It's contamination that you're putting directly into the animal's body, because there are other times where needles are reused for other animals, not just horses. But now it can lead to very serious stuff, and people are still doing it. Now it's even more common uh, in terms of spreading the disease than the horse flies, which is insane. Um, so please don't reuse your needles. Please don't reuse your needles. Um, I know it sounded like I was laughing there, and I'm gonna be 100% honest right now. I'm not laughing at all or trying to make light out of the situation at all. I know how serious this can be. I really am trying to keep everybody in high spirits here, but with this, it is very, very hard to try and stay positive when it is this serious. Um, Another way to prevent it is to only use licensed and approved blood products, um, which are which is going to mostly, if not always, uh, be completely free of the disease. So it'll be safe to use on your horse. Um, excuse me, make sure blood transfusions are performed only by licensed veterinarians using blood products from donor horses that have been tested negative for EIA and other blood-borne infections like equine pyroplasmosis, which is another very serious disease. Um, it took me a minute to read that. I apologize. Um, and test your horses, ponies, mules, and donkeys annually for EIA, which is, I think at this point, if it's so serious, it should be a little bit more than annually. I would say 6 months. Um, but getting a regular test for your equines um, definitely is a good way to make sure that they don't have it. Um, but especially since it could take a while for symptoms to show and then even longer for the test to come out as positive. That's why I'm saying that annually might not be enough at this point. Um, that it should be at the very least every 6 months, just to make double sure that if it's there, you catch it as quickly as you possibly can. Um, and if you suspect EIA in any equid, call your veterinarian. Immediately move the horses, ponies, mules, or donkeys that you think might have EIA at least 200 yards away from other equids on your property. Um, that's definitely a way to make sure that you catch it before it becomes serious. Is if you see a sign or if you have suspicions about it, act now. Like act as soon as you catch it. Um, and if it's negative, thank God, and it's most likely safe as long as the symptoms die down. If not, then definitely make sure that the horse is treated for for the symptoms as soon as possible. Um, and there is one last section on this article for how it can be treated. It doesn't say anything about the symptoms. It just is saying about EIA as a whole, and it's saying there is no treatment or vaccine because infected animals become lifelong carriers. They must be permanently isolated and quarantined, or they must be put down. And it is, it's unfortunate that that has to be the case, but it's serious enough that uh, that you're forced to do so. There are ways of controlling it, but that's pretty much what we were talking about already is ways to prevent the spread of it. Um, I will do a little bit more research as we're sitting here and uh, and talk about any updates that I find because I didn't really have enough time to research beforehand. Um, the only thing that I was able to find was pretty much what the situation was on surface level. What I was just reading to you was my most recent finding, um, and I still want you guys to be active. If you have anything that you want to talk about in this topic, please let me know. I want you guys to be as involved as possible. The more voices, the better. Um, but of course, that's up to you. I was trying to do a little bit more research on any like treatment progress, I guess, as like our first like little bit of research. Um, but I wasn't able to find anything. Everything was just pretty much saying that there is no treatment or vaccine for it. The only two new things that I was able to find are very tiny details. Um, that horses should be tested for EIA either annually or every 6 months, uh, or well, annually from 6 months of age. Um, and that any horse that lives with the virus, of course, has to either be put down or has to be isolated and quarantined, and also has to be identified with a brand or microchip, so that it's easy to know which horse is carrying it. And of course, it's not just horses, it's also, of course, ponies, it's also mules and donkeys. It also, like I said earlier on, it has been known to affect zebras, but of course, the concern is not as much with the zebras because not many people keep zebras on their property. Um, I'm gonna do a little bit more specific research at our next championship, but um, at this point, I've shared all the details that I was kind of able to find. Um, if you guys have any more insight, please let me know. But at least for now, we're just gonna continue with quests. And then we're gonna continue talking about this at our next championship. Okay, I'm gonna head to Paddock Island for this next one. Let's see if we can get Pearl Velvet to level 14 today. That would be awesome. Disease jumping competition. Let's do it. Go better. I'm slowly trying to get myself to go faster. I know it's not really required, but sometimes I feel a little bit silly being the only one in the entire arena that's doing it at a normal gallop. Alright, we are gonna head to Valdale Lake. Try to gallop away. There we go. of it. Can you jump over this one? Yep. I'll give you an easier challenge. Oh. This way. I keep going the wrong way. At least I catch myself when I do it. That was another way to get to Veldale Lake, by the way, but it would have taken longer. I can do this. Yes. Is the path over here? Further down? Oh, yep, there it is. I keep getting confused after Hollowwood's updated. Okay. Run like the wind. Oh, and then the Golden Hills chant. Which is across the map. Alright. Make it. effort into your jumps, Pro Velvet. You're alright. She might be getting tired. Good girl. Good girl. Alright. Talk to him. And then make the long gallop to Golden Hills. Awesome. Alright, let's go. Let's run like the wind, Pro Velvet! Boing. Not exactly this, has the same ring as Bullseye, but oh well. Works out. timing. So, while we're sitting here, like I said, I'm researching a little bit more about EIA. And from what I can find, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit shocked because there are developments going on for more advanced tests to be able to catch it early, but there is no progress being made, or what seems like no progress being made, on any treatment or vaccine itself. And I did a little bit of research as to when EIA started in horses, and it's saying that cases of EIA has started as early as 1843. So, so a little less than 2 centuries ago did EIA start in horses, and the one of the only solutions that we have, the only solutions that we have for EIA after almost 2 centuries is to either put them down or isolate them and quarantine them for the rest of their life. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm very disappointed in that outcome. That all this time, there's still no progress or findings or anything revealed about a vaccine for this or a treatment for this. I'm very annoyed. a slight bit of good news that because we've come so far with EIA, there's no treatment, but because we've gotten so much understanding as to how it can be spread, the percentage has been decreased annually, and as of 2024, it has gone down to, it's currently, as of today, around 0.004% that a horse is going to catch EIA. So it is very rare of as of today, which is awesome. But the fact that 14 new cases in Texas have come up almost around the same time is concerning. That either means that something's going on. It's saying that it's not spiking and it's being uh, controlled to the best of everyone's ability. Um, but uh, but something must have been happening in that area of Texas that caused EIA to spread to those 14 horses. At least that's what I can understand. Well, at least that's one bit of good news today. We go. Alright, for a little bit. Spooky scarecrows. Ah. Oh no. Whoa. That could have been bad. Oh. A little bit of a zigzag there. Oh no. Oh no. Got a little close today. Boing. I knew that was coming. Always on this dock. Well done. Alright. After everyone finishes, or when the timer goes out, we're gonna head to Moreland Stables. You can hear the dragon screeching. There we go. Good job, everybody. And Pearl Velvet, well done. Okay. We're gonna go ahead to Moreland Stables. So, off we go. I grab this. I apologize for stopping so much to grab the ingredients like this. I'm not just working on the light. In this case, it has double meaning because it's also another way to get Pearl Velvet her XP. We just dip down a little. That's the reason why horses are bouncing. Whoops. I just wanted to pick up the can. Oh, since we stopped, let me go grab that real fast. There we go. The dock is uneven. That's why they bounce up. That's funny. Oh! Like we're catching up on some races over here. smashed into that stump. Right here. I did a Bobcat classic. Realized I didn't go the usual way. Oh well. That's alright. Whoa! That's scary, it just jumped right over another horse. Alright. There is a few minutes before the next call out, and I know for a fact that it's gonna be here because our last two is always Moreland Stables and then Fort Pinta. Let's see, I don't know if I'm gonna have like any quests now. It's gonna take me like farther away from these two locations. I guess since we're right here, I'll just hang out here until the Moreland Champ, and then do another quest and then head to Pinta. Some extra points. Alright, now I'm just gonna chill here. Alright, while we're sitting here, I am gonna still do some more research on EIA, just so that we have as much information as possible. Again, if you guys have any insights, please let me know. But in the meantime, we're just gonna chill here. Okay, so it does look like there had been a small outbreak of EIA, which is what caused the 14 horses cases. Um, but the outbreak is in all states, and it looked like the outbreak started in July. It says July 7th, 2024, all the way to today. Um, and it looks like uh, the um, sorry, the states that were hit the hardest with the outbreak look to be, at least in the United States, from what I can see, since this uh, since the cases were in the United States. I'm just researching that. Um, Thankfully, there are no cases in Yorvik, so that's good. But for the U.S., it looks like the outbreaks are mainly in Texas, as I said, New Mexico, and California. Those are the states that are being hit the hardest right now. Um, and the source uh, of the map that I was using, it says California Department of Food and Agriculture. Number confirmed for cases 7. Number suspected 10. Number exposed 10. Um, Number euthanized 7. So 7 horses had to have been put down. At least as of yesterday, which really isn't good. For Texas, okay, so that was just in California. Texas, it's not saying 14 on here. I am gonna read the news clip that I found that alerted me to this to you guys, but at least from on here, in Texas it says number confirmed 1, number suspected unknown, and number exposed unknown. And the 1 horse that is confirmed was put down. Oh, Pearl Velvet. Okay. My poor horse. But the news that the press release rather that had been posted that I initially found this from definitely says 14 Texas horses test positive for EIA. This is what I found. It says 14 horses in Texas located in Harris, Webb, and I'm gonna butcher this name so bad. Nacogdoches, I believe, counties, have tested positive for EIA. Says the Texas Animal Health Commission, the TAHC, has confirmed 14 cases of equine infectious anemia, or EIA, in quarter horses, including 12 cases in Harris County, 1 in Webb County, and 1 case in Nacogdoches County. Again, I apologize for anybody in Texas if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Some of the horses have already been euthanized, and all premises are quarantined. TAHC staff are working closely with the owners and local veterinarians to monitor potentially exposed horses and implement biosecurity measures. Alright. So it is an active case from what I'm seeing. And all horses that have been confirmed to have the disease have been put down. EDCC, or the Equine Disease Communication Center, Health Watch. It's just okay. So it's just talking about the organization that posted about this. So there is more that's talking about what EIA is. And I know that we've already talked about this extensively, but this is how I found out about it. So I'm gonna read this because it is a bit of a summary of what it is. So just to wrap up this topic, I guess. Equine infectious anemia, or EIA, is a viral disease that attacks horses' immune systems. The virus is transmitted through the exchange of body fluids from an infected to an uninfected animal, often by blood-feeding insects such as horseflies or deer flies. It can also be transmitted through the use of blood-contaminated instruments or needles. A Coggins test screens horses' blood for antibodies that are indicative of presence of the EIA virus. Most U.S. states require horses to have proof of a negative Coggins test to travel across state lines. Once an animal is infected with EIA, it is infected for life and can be a reservoir for the spread of disease. Not all horses show signs of disease, but those that do can exhibit progressive body condition loss, muscle weakness, poor stamina, fever, depression, and anemia. EIA has no vaccine and no cure. A horse diagnosed with the disease dies, is euthanized or put down, or must be placed under extremely strict quarantine conditions at least 200 yards away from uninfected equids for the rest of its life. So, this is, that was just, like I said, that was pretty much how I found out about all of this, and because of the disease being so serious, I wanted to bring it up, and it looks like it had gotten more serious, specifically in Texas, um, but maybe in the United States of America as well. Um, but but it looks like it was just specifically in those counties, and specifically Harris County as well. Um, so it sounds like there was a tiny outbreak there. I hope that the TAHC staff are able to get it under control, and hopefully be able to stop the spread for a while. I just, like I said in the beginning, I wanted to bring more awareness to this, not just for the cases in Texas, but more as a whole. Just because it's not just a problem in Texas, like I was saying, it's a problem in the entire United States of America, but also in other countries as well. And just because it had not reached Jorvik yet doesn't mean that it's not serious. So if anybody can help spread awareness as to what's going on, maybe for people that don't know, please do so. It definitely can help a lot, especially when it comes to measures of preventing the disease. Better to know how to prevent it before knowing what it looks like, you know what I mean? So, helping out the horse community alongside me is going to be a huge help. I am also going to do my best to tell anybody that I know that in the horse community about what I found out, to make them aware and to help them out a little bit. And if anybody is watching this that does have horses, um, if you know about EIA, then I hope your horses are doing healthy, are doing good, are healthy and happy. If this is your first time finding out about EIA, um, please do your best to help keep your horses safe, get them tested, and make sure you take preventive measures now before anything happens. Um, Make sure to control any horse flies, and if you have to use any medicine that has needles or that uses needles or syringes, make sure they are clean and uncontaminated. But I guess topic-wise, this is where we're gonna wrap that up. Um, and if I find out anything more, I guess I'll make noise about it. But as of now, that's all I can find, and that's all I can say. Is this me that's having trouble moving? Why are people stuck? Hang on. Time for the chat test. Yep, it's me. Oh man. Another connection error. Alright. Hang on, guys. Oh, hold on. I know this is annoying. I know that we just had to log back in for something, but because of the network error. But I was having a connection issue, so if I didn't do this, it was gonna kick me out like during the race. I don't want that to happen. Might as well just tackle it now. I apologize for this. I don't know what's causing it, but I'm logging back in right now. Almost there. Sorry about that, guys. Everything seems to be a little bit laggy today, so I apologize for the technical difficulties. But it's alright, it's an easy fix. There we go. And I did see a little something sparkling over here while I was in front of Angus. Yup. The tin can. Okay. I'm good now. There we go. All better. Sorry about that. did that person just do? Galloped all the way across. Almost there. Great job. Awesome. Right. Grab these extra points. Whoa! So close! Guys, I think we might get Pearl Velvet to level 14 today. That'll be awesome. Okay. So, now for our last quest, we are going to, travel into Hollow Woods and find Petra, and then after we help her, we're gonna head down to Fort Pinta. she is. Couldn't find her at first. She kind of just came out of nowhere. Alright, girl, follow me. Following? Yep. Awesome. Okay. It's hard to see with that was floating. Okay. I think it's over there, but nope. Okay. Yes. Got it. Okay, got this one. That was really close to the edge. Oh, there it is! Yay! Did it! What do you think, Petra? Done? Oh! We did it! Good job, Pearl Velvet. Alrighty. Well, we have time. We do. Well, with what just came up, I think we do. Let's head down into the disco before we do the championship. I know we've been doing the disco a lot. I promise it's all random. I seriously have a random list that's choosing it for me. Okay. There's people already here. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, ow. Okay, let's see if I can beat 20 today. I just barely beat it! You dancing too? Look at her go! This person is as pale as a goat. She's going to the beat of the music, I just realized, look! Almost. Alright, I'm good. Oh yeah, I have the glow effect. I feel golden. Sorry, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my glow. Back up. Back up. Okay. Come on. Go down this way. Honestly, I think the Fort Pinta Championship is so perfect for Halloween. Even more perfect than the Golden Hills Champ, mainly because towards the very end the music just cuts off. It's so creepy. That was fun. I love this glow effect! I feel amazing. Someone's stuck. Ugh. Alright, guys, it's almost time for the last race of the night, but as usual, I have some last minute announcements that I'm going to be making at the end of this, so stick around for those. I'm seeing a doppelganger. I'm just surprised there's not as many tonight. I wonder what everybody's doing. Alright, here we go. So close, so close. Second place. Second place. Yes! Yay! Ending on a great note. Pearl Velvet got her second ribbon. Well done. Alright. So, let me just go put this away. Because I think I'm going to stay on for another few minutes just to catch up on stuff. Where is her... Oh. Oh! Oh, she already has it! Yay! For some reason, I kept thinking that she only had this one. She already had it, never mind. Second place. We can sell it. Okay. This... Yes. Perfect. I think I have just enough to get Acacia Angel's saddle pad, but either way, I'll do that off camera. Okay. So, final announcements. I know tonight was a little bit more serious, and I do apologize for that. But like I was saying, I think it's very important to stay as informed as possible. But I promise that the rest of the streams are not going to be as serious, at least not all the time. I do want to stay updated in the horse world, and I think that it's great to do that on stream so that we can all talk about it together. But as of tonight, I apologize. I wanted to get as much information as possible, and I feel like I kind of came up at a dead end. So, anybody else who has more information, I would love to hear about it. I want to know more about what's going on. For this week, birthdays. There are birthdays for this week. In Star Stable, especially with my horses. Will I be able to pop in and celebrate them? I don't know. Because of how packed my schedule is for this month. I promise, it's not going to stay like this forever. Even Pearl Velvet's helping me out. It's not going to stay like this forever. It's just that for now, for the next year, because of school, I am going to be a little bit more busy. So this is kind of my Star Stable time with you guys especially, and I'm gonna do my best to still grow as much as I possibly can. But of course, at the same time, school and eventually work also have to take priority. So when I have a more regular schedule and when I'm not packed with as much work, I will be able to pop on here and be able to interact with you guys off camera, which is gonna be awesome. I'll be able to spend more time with the horses on their birthdays. As of this coming week, tomorrow is Miss Hope's birthday, which is my Appaloosa to Look Like Galaxy. On Monday, Cinnamon Anthem's birthday, which is my horse descended from Nami. On Wednesday is Eric Hightower's birthday. He is at south of Peninsula. So if you play Star Stable and you want to celebrate his birthday, pop over and say hi to him. On Thursday is Bat Clover's birthday, which is my horse descended from Ernest. And on Friday is Sun Knight's birthday, which is our Frisian. Everybody, hopefully going to be having a great day. I'll give them extra hay. I'll give them extra love. Hopefully on Friday, specifically Friday, I'll be able to pop in because I know Sun Knight needs more training. But throughout the week, I'm going to do my best to pop in. Will I have time? I don't know. If I do end up hopping in, it's probably going to be at a weird hour, and it's not going to be for too long, but I do at least want to make time to take care of the horses and level them up. Need be. And And then for next week, um, as far as I know, Saturday still looks good. Um, and then the week after, I know I'm saying this early because I wouldn't say this until next stream. The week after, I am gonna have to double check to see if I'm gonna be able to do it Saturday because I have a plan that I want to do next week. And real fast before I call things off, I'm gonna address something that I said last stream. Because I know that last week I said that I was going to see if you guys could help me with something today. I know that because we talked about EIA instead, it makes me feel like a liar. I promise I did not lie because I wanted to see if it was going to be possible. That's exactly what I said last week. And I am going to spoil the surprise a little bit because, not even a little bit. I'm going to spoil the surprise as to what I wanted to do. I do remember mentioning that I was going to make a music video. I still have plans for that. I still have clips saved for that. However, the clips have been filmed on the Star Stable app, mainly because this dismount button here, that also show your dates, don't show up in the middle. I've been doing it on there specifically for that reason, but on here it's so much easier to get the angles that looking for, provided I do it low enough, like down here, so I can get the folks in range. I'm gonna have to find a way to be able to take this off the screen, because I want to be able to do them. I wanted to be able to film the shots on stream with you guys, and then take those shots later and edit them into the music video so that you guys were able to make suggestions or be there for behind the scenes for the music video. But the more that I thought about it and the more that I looked at my schedule for this month, the more I realized I'm not going to be able to have time off stream to be able to edit everything together, at least quickly. So as far as filming goes, it's going to have to wait. Unfortunately, I really don't like to do that, but that's what the little surprise was going to be, and it's still going to happen, just not yet. I am going to make sure that it happens so that we're all able to enjoy that, and you guys are able to help me make the music video. And if it takes multiple streams, then we will do it because there's a lot of horses and a lot of clips that I'm going to have to do for this. But that's just what I wanted to make sure I addressed before I head out. So now is the time I say goodbye, and I go put Pearl Velvet back in her stall so that she can rest. Everybody out there, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe, and hope all of your horses are safe and that they're staying healthy. I hope you all have a good night. If you enjoyed the stream, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when the next stream is going to happen. If you have anything to say, leave a comment. I will be popping in once a week, if not Saturday, then around that time, I promise. And as usual, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. See you guys next week. Bye.